Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Metropolis Radio, and today is a very eventful day. I was thinking that I would have to wait to talk about the Oscars. I mean, I was gonna probably wait a couple of days before, like, just long enough until the ratings came out regarding the show and how it was the lowest rated Oscars of all time. Blah 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 blah. Whatever. It's the Oscars. Nobody tunes in anymore. And then I was on YouTube, I think, not immediately after I ended my Metropolis Arcade, my gaming live stream that I did while the Oscars was going on. But I checked it a few hours later, and it's like, and it's like, watch the uncensored moment that Will Smith smacks Chris Rock on stage, and it's like, what the hell just happened? And I know that the Oscars have been struggling for ratings, but I'm going to say this right now. This is not the way to garner any attention. Oh, and by the way, before we go any further, just remember that at least one of my videos is not coming to YouTube. At least one of my videos every week is not coming to YouTube. It's coming to my BitChute, Odyssey, Rumble. So if you're watching this on YouTube and you only, and you haven't started following me on at least one of those three sites, the links to those are down in the description below. Literally, guys, I'm doing this off the cuff as we speak. My filter is pretty much gone because I don't have anything. I don't have anything written down because I feel that this is absolutely newsworthy and needs to be jumped on right now. So anyway, let's go ahead and watch the full video in its context before we actually deep dive into this.
You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay. Okay.
I mean, there's a lot to unpack here. I mean, obviously, if you guys are watching my channel, I pretty much assume that you know what G.I. Jane is. For those that don't know, it was a movie in the late 90s that starred Demi Moore, and it was about, her becoming a Navy SEAL, and, one of the aspects of the movie was that she had to shave her head. And Jada Pinkett Smith has been very open within the last few months about her battle with alopecia, and decides to air it all out publicly on Instagram. And if you don't believe me, take a look at this.
Now at this point, I can only laugh. Now y'all know I've been struggling with alopecia, and just all of a sudden one day, look at this line right here. Look at that. Look at that. And so it just showed up like that. Now this is going to be a little bit more difficult for me to hide. So I thought I'd just share it so y'all not asking any questions. But Mama's going to put some rhinestones in there. And I'm just going to make me a little crown. That's what Mama's going to do.
So you have someone who's very public about her problems when she probably didn't have to be. She could have probably put on some sort of wig and whatever. That's not a rabbit hole I'm willing to go down, because now I'm starting to sound more and more like a drama channel. But unfortunately, we have to go down that fucking rabbit hole with this because there's no other way to really describe it. So you have someone who's very public about alopecia, which is hair loss, and you have the host of the Oscars, who's a fucking comedian, is gonna poke fun at it. And then if you watch that clip, Will Smith was initially laughing at the joke. Jada Pinkett Smith was not. Now we don't see what happens before Will Smith takes the stage, but I guarantee you they exchanged a look, and then he goes up and does his thing. But that's not the real shit kicker. The real shit kicker is the fact that Will Smith actually won the Academy Award for best actor for his role in I believe it was King Richard. You know, got nominated twice. The first time he got nominated was Ali. The second one was The Pursuit of Happiness. So you finally win the Academy Award after 2 nominations, and you assault the host before you accept it. But that's not the bad part, as I said. The bad part is his speech himself, is actually the speech itself. So I'm going to actually play the speech in its entire context, and then we're going to come back and actually discuss the entire speech.
Oh, man. Richard Williams was a fierce defender of his family. In this time in my life, in this moment, I am overwhelmed by what God is calling on me to do and be in this world. Making this film, I got to protect Ingenue Ellis, who was one of the strongest, most delicate people I've ever met. I got to protect Sanaya and Demi, the 2 actresses that played Venus and Serena. I'm being called on in my life to love people and to protect people and to be a river to my people. And I know to do what we do, you got to be able to take abuse. You got to be able to have people talk crazy about you. In this business, you got to be able to have people disrespecting you. And you got to smile and you got to pretend like that's okay. But Richard Williams, and what I loved, thank you, D. Denzel said to me a few minutes ago, he said, at your highest moment, be careful, that's when the devil comes for you. It's like, I want to be a vessel for love. I want to say thank you to Venus and Serena. I just spit. I hope they didn't see that on TV. I want to say thank you to Venus and Serena and the entire Williams family for entrusting me with your story. That's what I want to do. I want to be an ambassador of that kind of love and care and concern. I want to apologize to the Academy. I want to apologize to all my fellow nominees. This is a beautiful moment, and I'm not crying for winning an award. It's not about winning an award for me. It's about being able to shine light on all of the people, Tim and Trevor and Zach and Sanaya and Demi and Ingenue and the entire cast and crew of King Richard and Venus and Serena, the entire Williams family. Art imitates life. I look like the crazy father, just like they said. I look like crazy father, just like they said about Richard Williams. But love will make you do crazy things. To my mother, a lot of this moment is really complicated for me, but to my mother, she didn't want to come out. She had her knitting friends. She has a knitting crew that she's in Philly watching with. Being able to love and care for my mother and my family, my wife. I'm taking up too much time. Thank you for this honor. Thank you for this moment, and thank you on behalf of Richard and Oracene, the entire Williams family. Thank you. Hope the Academy invites me back. Thank you.
Is this an awards acceptance speech, or is it a defense for assaulting a presenter at the Academy Awards with the whole line of, well, love will make you do crazy things? Because I really hate to break this to you. Let's actually examine this from let's examine this from three different perspectives, right? Perspective of Will Smith. His reputation is beyond goddamn destroyed at this point. It was a throwaway joke over something that his wife chose to be public about with her alopecia. She gets pissed. He initially laughs. She gets pissed off enough to where they probably exchange a look. He then, doesn't exactly run up to the stage, but let's, for the sake of argument, basically goes up to the presenter and bitch slaps him right then and there on live fucking TV. It's, like when Jack Ruby shot Lee Harvey Oswald. You can't exactly deny that, Jack Ruby couldn't exactly deny that he shot the guy because it was on live fucking TV. Will Smith can't exactly deny that he smacked him, bitch slapped him, that's the more appropriate term, because it was on live TV. And I genuinely do not believe that it was a work because of one line that Chris Rock said when he goes, "Wow, dude," and then Will Smith just drops the tone and the whole get my wife's name out of your fucking mouth. It's like all of a sudden you could just hear a fucking pin drop in the room. This is not a work. I think that this was more legitimate. The second aspect of this is from Chris Rock's perspective. He was just telling a throwaway joke, but actually pissed the guy off so much that the guy came up and assaulted him. If you don't think that this isn't going to increase Chris Rock's street cred, and I don't know a better term, so maybe I'll just use this term. Chris Rock's cred as a comedian just fucking skyrocketed. I don't know if Chris Rock intended to be a shock jock, but a big thing with being a shock jock, a Bill Maher or a Howard Stern, is how much do you piss people off? Well, imagine pissing someone off so much that they decide, my reputation be damned, I'm gonna go up and actually assault the guy who made a joke that was directed at my wife over something that she decided to make public that she didn't have to. And the third aspect I want to approach this from is the Academy Awards themselves. Look, I know the Academy Awards ratings have been going down and down and down ever since I think Seth MacFarlane hosted, And when he gave, and especially when he did like this legendary music number that people still talk about to this day. Now, the reasons for the Oscars ratings decline are many, but I think one of the big things is that they're all just a little too pretentious for their own good. They can't take a joke. But here's the difference between Seth MacFarlane and Chris Rock at this point. No one ran onto the stage to assault Seth MacFarlane after they played that "We Saw Your Boobs" clip back. That's the big difference. So for the Academy, this whole thing of all of us now talking about the incident, like I said, it's like when Jack Ruby shot Lee Harvey Oswald live on TV. He can't exactly deny that that he shot and killed Lee Harvey Oswald. It was on live TV. This whole event just turned the Academy Awards from now this is the perception. Okay, the Academy Awards just went from the perception of prestigious award show, highest honors, blah 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 blah, to now you're no better than the goddamn Jerry Springer show. You're the goddamn freak show. You went from prestigious, high honor award show to the goddamn freak show, like that. So if I were the Academy members right now, I would be insanely pissed off at Will Smith for what he did, because not only did Will Smith ruin his reputation, Will Smith, you ruined your reputation, fine. But you now also potentially hurt the Academy's reputation by doing what you did. Sure, you can employ the Oscar Wilde school of thought that that there's no such thing as bad press, and the only bad press is the type where they're not talking about you. But I would also like to say this, I understand that the Academy wants to get attention, but this is the wrong kind of attention to get. As I said, how many people are now going to point to this moment and laugh at the freak show? Right? It's like all the fights on the Jerry Springer show. Nobody tuned into the goddamn Jerry Springer show to hear deep and provocative dialogues about different people. No, it was to watch people fight each other all the time. And let's be honest, getting a ticket to the Jerry Springer show or tuning onto it every afternoon was a hell of a lot cheaper than watching a professional fight. That's why the audience was there. They weren't there to hear the discussion. They were there to see the fights. Rah rah rah. Yeah, you get him, girl. Now don't like you're a little low on your left there, so you better be careful, because then she could come in and take you out via your temple. I know I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Like I said, guys, this video was not planned. I was planning on waiting a couple of days for the ratings to come out, and then this happened, and then I figured, yeah, I really need to weigh in, because I remember making a video, I think it was over a year ago. It was on my old channel, so if you're watching this on YouTube, and you're following me now, you probably don't remember, but I remember making a video about why I don't care about the Oscars, and neither should you. I really should go back and really rework that video now that this has transpired. So here, my Oscars acceptance speech. I would like to thank Will Smith and the Academy for bringing me personally some attention for covering this, and I am going to admit this right here. I am doing this for the attention, but not only that, I'm going to go back and revise an older work that I did that I made over a year ago about why I don't care about the Oscars, and neither should you. And I might now make that better as a result of this. So this is a huge win-win for me personally, for Will Smith and the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. Yeah. You know, everybody, and another thing, and one last thing, and I'll go ahead and end it after this. One last thing that I want to bring up is the fact that yes, within like a month or two, people are probably going to stop talking about this. But here's the thing: nobody's going to forget it, right? It's like the "We Saw Your Boobs." I just brought up that example. You know, the Academy Awards never re-uploaded that entire opening monologue for Seth MacFarlane. Yet all of you still remember "We Saw Your Boobs," despite them not re-uploading it. How many people have gone and searched for that clip over the years because they tried to get away from it? They did not want to re-upload it, but it doesn't matter. The fact is, it's still there and it's still in the public consciousness. Sure, nobody actively talks about Seth MacFarlane's hosting duties at the 2013 Oscars, but people still remember it. And guys, I'm going to go ahead and end it right here because I think you get my point at this point. If you stuck around this long, thanks so much for doing so. And if you've been following me along, if you know I'm terrible at ending these videos, so I will just see you guys on next time.